This is a good example of a Swiss part for us because we're holding, on this turn diameter here, we're holding 0.0005 of an inch total.
My dad, this place is his heart and soul. He has brought this business from the ground up. I was probably about 15 that I actually started learning some more of the different things. Like, I didn't actually start running any of the the automatics or the CNCs until I graduated high school. So I just kind of did little odds and end things around the shop. When they needed to be done, I deburred, I buffed. Like I said, I ran mills, thread rollers, lathes, drill press, all the real kind of easy stuff. My dad's favorite quote is, "If you can't take advantage of your family, then who can you take advantage of?"
We are a Swiss screw machine job shop. And what that means is we don't make a finished product. We make parts for other people, for other companies, that they usually assemble and put into their finished product. There's a whole wide range of industries that we serve. We've got the part that we've talked about that goes into a Rolls-Royce jet engine, parts for clarinets, parts for the dental industry, parts that go in the food service industry. It's a very wide range, and that's one of the things that really kind of helps us from getting beat up too bad with the economy. Innovating is important. Yeah, I mean, one of the cool things about my job is the fact that we can kind of think outside the box the way we make things because of the technology that we have available to us on the machines. As computers get faster and all that, we can do more and more on the machines that you couldn't do in the past, which is a neat thing for us because we do some things that people would say we're crazy for trying to do, but when we can get it to work and it makes us money, I mean that's the fun stuff.
Actually, we have a lot of women that work here. I think we have more women that work here than men, or we're pretty close. I think we have one more female than we do men that work here. Women mostly do secondary work because we have the patience to sit and do the same thing over and over and over and over and not get real bored with it, where I know the men that we have here who do it, they get frustrated and they get bored and they just don't want to do it, and they get slower and slower and slower and slower. I guess women can multitask.
You've got to have people skills to be in the office, because I'm constantly talking to different people every single day. And I mean, you got to have a good knowledge of every part that goes on out here, because when they call, you can't just be like, "Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Give me 10 minutes and I'll call you back." You really got to be on top of everything.
Megan is the one that we're kind of grooming to take over. She's worked out in the shop. She's worked in the secondary department. She's worked in the automatics, and running the cam machines. She's run the CNC machines. She's pretty much done everything in the shop, and Leah can do everything too. And we've moved Megan into the office now. We've gotten her doing the quoting right now and taking care of the customers.
One of our biggest customers is actually Snap-on Tools. We make a lot of parts to actually go inside of their ratchets.
I've been invited to talk to students at local high schools about manufacturing, who are in manufacturing classes. And I just talked to them about my high school experience and the classes I did, and where it's put me now and what I've learned and how it's helped. And yeah, I mean, manufacturing has great potentials, and I just I really wanted to get that across to them, that they do have a future.
Trying to find people that can get excited about doing manufacturing, because I think they've been just so browbeaten in schools that, in the high school area, that, manufacturing's dead and you need to be a doctor or a lawyer or, go to a 4-year university to be successful. And I guess I'm here to say that you don't have to do that. And I'm hoping that my daughters can both say that too, that you don't have to. Yeah, would it have helped me if I had gone to a 4-year university and graduated with an MBA? Yeah, probably would have. But not everybody is on that path. And I think that the high schools try to steer everybody to that path when that's why they're failing. That's why we have problems with kids dropping out of school and all that, because they feel like they're a failure if they're not going to a 4-year university. And I think there's people that like to work with their hands and make things, and we need to steer those people more into the technical colleges and to learn a trade and to learn manufacturing and learn how to build stuff. It's hard to say what'll happen in the future here. I mean, I think the government needs to be a little bit more supportive of manufacturing in this country and realize that's really where wealth is generated from. In my opinion, you're not going to, right now people generate wealth from manipulating information and stuff like that. But I mean, when it really comes down to it, where wealth is really generated in this country is from people taking raw material and making it into something else. That's where wealth is really generated from. And I think a lot of people have lost sight of that. I got my daughters involved in the business just because I wanted to instill on them that they needed to work, to work to succeed, and that everything wasn't going to just be given to them. So I made them come into the shop and work. And Megan had said earlier that she didn't really like that she was kind of a girly girl and didn't like getting oily and that kind of stuff. But she got over it eventually, and my intention at the beginning wasn't ever for them that I was trying to groom them to take over the business. And I've never really forced my kids into any one direction. I've kind of let them choose their own path or what they were interested in or what they wanted to do.
It's a free country. Girls can do anything a guy can do. And just because you're a girl, it shouldn't hold you back from anything. 14, I got on my first road race bike, and I have never looked back.